going on in the world of business? I don't know why I said. The remastered version to be the exact same experience as Mario 64. That's stupid. That would be way more boring than a new speedrun. If all the glitches in the remastered version are the same as this current version, then I would not want to play the game. I want it to be different. I want it to be, like, patched. You know why? Because we'll always have this game. Yeah, let's not compare the DS version to this, because it's the DS version is not Mario 64. It's a whole new game. Let's be real. They're definitely not gonna keep the BLJ. That's not possible. The amount of time it would take to come up with a new route, which is not even really possible anymore in this game. And also getting a world record and then hiding it from people. The amount of time it would take to find a new route and get a new world record in the first place, like 5 people could break my world record in that time. Second of all, that is very scumbaggy to do, and people would not like me if I did that. With that said, I already have a 137. I'm just waiting for somebody to get a low 138 so I can pull it out. Don't tell anyone I said that.
What the fuck, dude?
Let me try the movement, Aqua. Let me see what it's all about. What it's all about. Alright. Not too hard. Jesus, it's very scary. It is so scary. Thank you so much for that. Oh shit. Wait, can I not afford to miss a coin? I really like that. I don't know if I like that. I can't afford to miss a coin, that's stupid. I thought the whole point of it was to make it easier. I don't like that at all. Unless I missed a coin outside, I totally didn't realize if I did.
Hello!
Fuck that. I don't know why Simply does that in the first place. Fran! Thank you for the resub, babe. You don't know how much I love you. Like, it's indescribable. The pain that I feel in my heart for you. I had a dream last night that I was with my friends from high school for some reason. But apart from that, my cats were there too, for some reason. My cats were like out in like random places and I couldn't find them. And I was at a park with some friends and I see my 2 cats just sitting on the grass in the park. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you, what on earth are my cats doing here in the park? My cats don't leave my house. Some random ass park. And my cats looked at me like freaked out. They were like, oh my god, save us please. But every time I try to pick up the cats, they would run away. And I'm like, dude, stop being cats for a second and just listen to me. You know what I mean? The best dream in the last few days was Cheese giving me a back massage. Wow. No time for yummy butt, so worst route. Good point. That's the only downfall. People still not knowing how to read live split in 2020. I don't know how to think about that, man. Come on, guys. Too late for that. The funny thing is now, 120 in like now with 120 start, tying world records is not even like a far-fetched thing anymore. It's like totally possible because of how hard it is now. I mean, just look at the 3rd and 4th place. They're both tied at the same time. Puncation is 5th place in 120. I mean, who really would have ever thought that that day would come? I know everyone's gonna say me, but no, let's be serious. Somewhere. Let me put it this way, chicken. The only reason why I'm doing runs right now is because I lost world record. So yeah, I definitely got motivated. It's the ultimate motivation. Because I was still kind of on break time, and then all of a sudden I lost the world record. So now it motivated me, thankfully.
They ask you how you are, you don't just have to say
Where's my OnlyFans? It's secret. Only tier 3 subs can get my OnlyFans. Besides yourself, who would you say is overall some of the best SM54 players? Is it just who's got 70 and 120 world records? No, of course not. There are many different ways you could play the game. In most games in speedrunning, they have many different categories and many different things. The most skilled Mario players are actually the players who do single star. They're actually better than us in terms of like pure skill. They understand how to move Mario more technically than us in a very, 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 very intricate scale that is hard for even other top players to understand. Like myself sometimes. But RTA is a different story. RTA, like, okay, so doing runs and practice they're so different. It's like playing a different game, like, entirely. Doing practice is a completely different experience than doing runs. Runs is a whole different factor. Runs requires different skill, different type of skill to be good at. The skill required for practice is 100% mechanical. You don't need any sort of like very, very, very minimal like mental, I guess you could say, skill and patience and stuff to be amazing just skill-wise. Because when you practice, you don't need to have patience, endurance. You don't need to have that mental awareness, the nerve control, that kind of shit, nearly as much as you need when you do RT runs. Because in practice, you're just starting the same star over and over again. You know, you could start over whenever you want, and it's like 14 seconds long or whatever. It's practice, right? It's a lot shorter. It's a lot more controlled, and RTA runs is RTA. The whole thing about RTA that makes it hard is that when you have a good run going, that's it. You can't do anything about it. You can't pause the run and pause the timer and be like, all right, this run is good. I'm gonna come back later when I feel better or whatever. You have to, if you have a good run going, you have to keep going. You can't stop. You have to like get nervous and go through that point where like, oh my god, this is a good run. And then you get nervous and you don't want to lose it, but you have to keep going. You have no choice. And that's where the endurance, the patience, the mental strength, the mindset, everything comes in, and it's a whole different experience. If you want to get good at runs, if you want to speedrun a game because you want to get a good PB, you have to put in the same amount of time in runs that you put in practice, because it also depends on the game, that's for sure. Because run consistency is completely different to practice consistency. Take a sport, take a team sport like volleyball, soccer, football, whatever, right? And like set up to spike the ball over and over again, right? You can be the most amazing spiker in practice ever. But the problem is, in practice, when you're spiking, you have the same setter setting you the same ball over and over in the same position, right? Everything is fixed. Just like in Mario practice. In Mario practice, you have save states. So you do half of HMC 100, you make a save state, and then you practice the second half over and over again. And then you do it perfectly, and you do it really well every time. But it's a fixed environment. You have the save state going, you don't have to worry about the first half anymore, right? So the volleyball player is spiking over and over and spiking perfectly every time with a fixed position in practice. So the next day they have a match where they have to play with the whole team and they have to play against another team. It's a whole different story. Now they have to play with a team and they have to play all these other different situations that they've learned in other times, all into one match of like 1 hour long. So now they have to defend, they have to attack, they have to block, they have to read the plays, they have to serve, they have to talk to their teammates. It's totally different experience. And you also have to have endurance, because it's not just playing a match for 5 minutes, it's like a 1 hour long match where you just have to keep going. And you have no choice but to keep going. You can't just be like, alright guys, let's pause for now. We'll come back to the set tomorrow. That's exactly what it is in speedrunning. If you play, that's why I think me growing up playing so much sports, I just kind of understood what the mindset was like in doing runs for speedrunning. I think a bit better because it's the exact same thing.